Hello friends, this is your friend Prashant and welcome to my YouTube channel Immigration Dream. I hope you are doing fine and shine and enjoying some summer weather if you are in the US and then some monsoon if you are in India or other parts of the world. We are already in July and I have so many immigration updates to share with you. This month is going to be huge for all of us and I'm going to share a lot of videos this month. So please stay tuned. And first of all, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, then I highly recommend that you subscribe to my channel by clicking the subscribe button and then liking this video and then clicking on the bell sign, because then you can get all the latest updates from me. And in this month, I'm going to share a lot of immigration updates with you. So please stay tuned, subscribe to my channel. Okay, so let's start with our first update. So as you know, USCIS keeps tweeting about filing I-485 form along with I-693 form. And they keep tweeting that every day that they're trying their best to adjudicate all the I-485 applications which are filed with the correct I-693 form. So if your priority date is current, then I highly recommend that you work with your lawyer and then file I-485 along with the completed I-693 form so that USCIS can adjudicate your I-485 form and give you green card by end of September. That is the end of this fiscal year. So we only have like 3 months left now. So I highly recommend to you that you basically file that and get your green card. It's not easy, but USCI is going to try their best. So that's my first update, that don't lose hope and then don't lose track. Keep filing I-485s if your priority date is current. So the second update that I have is that there was an amendment which was made by Democratic representative of the House, Grace, and then she put that into fiscal appropriations. So basically, it's a budget that House approves, and then Senate approves, and then President signs, and then the country gets budget. So she basically added an amendment that is a change to basically recapture all the unused green cards from 1992 through now. So almost 25 years, 30 years, right? 30 years of vested green cards that she wants to capture using that amendment. So what it means for employment-based and family-based, right? So any green cards that are wasted in this 30 years period, this law would help Department of State to recapture those green cards and then put into individual buckets of employment-based green card and then family-based green card. So what it means that let's say 200,000 green cards were wasted from employment base and then 100,000 green cards were wasted from the family base, then they're gonna recapture those and then put it into the individual buckets. So what is the advantage of this rule, right? So at the start, you're gonna get a lot of recaptured green cards from the past, and then USCIS or Department of State has wasted so many green cards because of multiple reasons, multiple administrative reasons. So you're gonna get those back, and then USCIS can keep using those green cards in the future as long as they adjudicate. And then if they don't adjudicate those, then those green cards actually get moved to the next year's bucket. So the green cards will never get wasted again. So that's a great news. And then it might open up a lot of family-based green cards and a lot of employment-based green cards if this law is passed. But what this also means is that there will not be any transferring or rollover of the family-based green cards to employment-based green cards. So, employment-based green cards stay in their own bucket, family-based green cards stay in their own buckets, and there is no spillover. So that is kind of a disadvantage if you're in the employment-based category. But again, at the start, like they haven't really published any numbers, but I estimate that there's at least 300,000 green cards which will be available immediately, and then they will not get wasted. So that's a good law, and I think that needs to happen so that there is no wastage of the green cards. But again, this is just an amendment from the housing side, and then they just passed this amendment in the House committee. But again, this needs to go, this has a long way to go. So first of all, what needs to happen? If this bill ever goes to House floor, it needs to get approved by House floor, right? And then let's say it's approved by House floor, then it goes to Senate. So now Senate is going to look at the law and they're gonna do their own amendments. And my guess is that Senate does not like, or the Senate does not like immigration as part of the financial bills or the budgetary bills. So they are probably going to take that out of that bill, and then this bill is never going to get passed with the immigration things in it. So that is just my own own feeling, and I don't think that this is going to happen this year. I mean, we are already in July, and then House changes in November, so we only have 6 months, and I don't think the chance of passing this bill with this amendment is very high. I'm not going to say no, but I'm going to say maybe 1%, but I don't want to put any hopes on this law. So yep, these laws come and go, these amendments come and go, but I think all we can do is to do our best to file the I-485s and I-693s on time, so that you get your green cards. Don't think about this law right now. If it happens, it's good. If it not, then it is what it is. So okay, so that is about this amendment. The third thing that I want to share with you is that we only have 3 months left, and then I have seen so many applicants with I-485s which were filed in January, February, March. They have got their green cards, their spouses have got green cards already in month of June. And I have seen so many within my friend circle, or within friends of friends, and also I read that online. So I think USCI is doing their best to adjudicate those very fast. So keep an eye on your case number, keep the pressure on the USCIS, and make sure that you are tracking your green card cases, and if there's any RFE, then you respond to that immediately. I know that there were a lot of interfiles which were done from EB2 to EB3, and during October 2020, when EB3 date became in 2015. I know that USCI is trying to move those cases back to EB2 and then adjudicate those at their field offices. I'm already seeing a lot of people getting the green cards, who filed into EB3, well, who downgraded to EB3 and then refiled into EB2, and their cases were stuck in Texas and Nebraska for like days and months, and now they are getting their green card. So yeah, keep an eye on your case. I mean, you still have like 3 months to go, so I think USCI is gonna do best to give you green card before end of September, when this fiscal year ends. Okay, and then I'm going to go with my last predictions. And I know that this is already July, and many of us are expecting Visa Bulletin like maybe end of next week or later next week, when everybody comes back to offices. So I promise you that once that Visa Bulletin comes, I will make a nice video and analyze that. But before that, I am going to have my own predictions about the family-based and employment-based visa categories. So stay tuned. So let's talk about the family-based. So as you know, a lot of visa consulates all around the world are still closed or working with the very limited operations. And that is because the fact that during the COVID, USCIS mentioned that they lost almost 20% of their workforce due to various reasons, right? Like consulates is closed, officers don't have work, so they moved back home, or consular officers don't want to work because of the COVID conditions in that particular country, and overall the administrative problems. So USCIS is still operating, well, not USCIS, but the consulates are still operating with very limited capacity. So I am saying that I don't think family-based category is actually going to move a lot in this Visa Bulletin. Rather, you will not see any move in this Visa Bulletin. This is also because US consulates are super busy to give visa appointments to F1 students, and there is like thousands of students that come to US every year. So I am predicting that I don't think US consulates are going to have enough slots available for any immigrant visas, and then the date is not going to move anywhere. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think it's going to happen. But let's see what happens next week. So that goes back. So now, next one and the last one is the employment-based category. And yes, I have a good news there. I have a good predictions there. So EB1, we don't need to talk about it. It's current for all the countries. That is, if you are EB1 from anywhere, then you are gonna get your green card right away. You just apply I-485 adjustment of status, and you get your advance parole, you get your EAD, and then once USCIS adjudicates your case, you get your green card. So pretty straightforward. But EB2, okay, and that's where all the magic is happening. So my prediction, and I have my assumptions, which I'm going to tell you. So my prediction is that for EB2 India, where the final action date is December 2014, it is actually going to move ahead. Yes, it's going to move ahead by 3 months. And then the date of filing, which is January 2015, it is also going to move ahead by 3 months. That is to April 2015. A lot of people are saying that it is not going to move, but I am a very positive person, so I believe that it is going to move, and I have some reasons why I think it is going to move. So the first reason, right, is that next year, which starts in October 1st, right? I'm assuming that USCIS is going to get lot of visa spillovers from family-based categories to employment-based categories, to EB1, to EB2, and to EB3. Now EB1 is current, so EB2 is going to get like so many visas, unused visas from this year, from family-based categories, and also from the EB1 category from this year. So I think there's going to be a lot of open visas available for USCIS to adjudicate. So there is no reason why USCIS will retrograde that date. And that makes everything logical, because if you have more visas available in next year, then why would you retrograde the date, right? So I believe that EB2 date is going to keep moving by 3 months in every visa bulletin, provided USCIS is adjudicating a lot of applications by end of this fiscal year. And I think they are going to do it. So yeah, be positive. Let's see what happens next week. But I think I'm very positive that they'll keep moving the dates ahead in next year as well. And then the last thing is EB3. EB3 India, EB3 everywhere else is kind of current except China and India. But I don't think EB3 is going to see any move in the August visa bulletin. And you know why? There's no visas available in EB3 because all the unused visas are taken by EB2 category. So there's no spillover to EB3. So the only way EB3 can get more visa is when they get to the next year, when they get the 35,000 visas and they get some spillover from EB2 to EB3, which is like nothing. So yeah, so I don't think EB3 is going to move at all for India or China. EB4, EB5, they still remain current, so no problem there. So yeah, this is my own prediction. So I think the magic is going to happen in EB2 India, and I hope I'm correct, and I hope all of you get green cards. So let's see what happens. I have been wrong before, but I've been right before as well. So let's see what happens. I will make a detailed video next week when the visa bulletin arrives. That way you guys can all get the latest updates from me. And again, I am not an immigration lawyer. So if you have any personal case that needs some help, then reach out to a competent immigration lawyer who can help you with your case. It's not me. I am an analyst. I'm not a lawyer. I read, I analyze things, and then I give it to you and I share the information. But I don't have like a legal degree. So yeah, use a lawyer. But if you have any questions, feel free to post in the comment section, and then I'll try my best to answer those questions. But that's pretty much it about immigration updates. In next videos, I'm going to share about the processing times a visa bulletin and a lot more. So please stay tuned to my videos. And lastly, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, then I highly recommend that you hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon. And bell icon is must, because then you get a reminder that, hey, I posted the video, and then you don't miss any content. So yes, enjoy your summer. I will see you very soon.